I had a young mentor who taught me a long time ago. When I came out of college, I would write brochures or write content, and do copywriting and different things of that sort. And I would write these really long, I thought were beautiful, beautiful pieces. And then I would give them to her. She's like, now good, now chop it in half. What? What do you mean? She had to reimagine what it looked like to write in an actual a corporate setting. We taught academic communications a long time ago. You wrote your papers, you had to have these many words and this many sources and all that other stuff. And then we got into the real world and everybody said, psych, we're not doing any of that over here. No one's doing any of that. So how do you recalibrate your mind, evolve your communication? In many respects, you need to talk to the audience that you're serving in order to ensure that they're getting the information in the content in the way that it makes most sense for them. In 2019, when we came on board at the association, we were writing press releases, and press releases would take all day, y'all, all day. Well, what about if we change this word here? What about if we go about it this way, this way? And by the time we finish writing the press release, the news is over. We done missed the moment, y'all. The moment has passed us. How do we communicate our position, our policy, our reaction to something in a more digestible fashion? Why? Because when it's news, it'll be news. But when it's not news anymore. It's over, right? How do you consolidate your messaging framework and making sure that what you're targeting matters? How I write to my media outlets, how I write to a MSNBC or a Washington Post, how I put together a press release or a statement matters. We went from writing these really long, almost unreadable press releases in 2019 to small paragraphs, 3 or 4 sentences that somebody can insert directly into their article. Why? Because my job is to get them into the paper and to have them expand on what it is I'm saying. But how I write to them and how I write to my email audience of almost 800,000 members, it's a very, very different experience. I can go a little bit more in depth for a space like that. Why? Because I want them to take action. But the words that I'm utilizing in this space play a significant part in how I'm talking to them. So the question becomes, who am I targeting? Many communicators get wrapped up in the mechanics of the communication itself without realizing that they need to understand their target audience. I have customers, I have people, I have members who are associated with the NAACP, and they want to be talked to differently. They have to be talked to based on areas of interest. There are some people that are heavy on the social justice within the health space, others within the educational realm itself. I need to understand how to talk to those audiences differently. Why? Because the message, while the foundational message may be the same, how I speak to them is very, very different. I like to say we're singing from the same sheet of music, we just all have different notes. They all play a different role within bringing the harmony of the communications that we're looking for. And what do I want to say? Develop a language that will best resonate with your audience. In all likelihood, you will use different descriptors, different times, depending on the person you're targeting. I like to use this one. I like to use different message, different mechanism, different moments. You capture them based off of what's happening. If we have the right message and the right mechanism, but we miss the moment, it's over. You don't get to do it over again. So having sustainable foundational messaging in place so that you can build off of that very, very quickly becomes a significant part of how we're able to move efficiently and effectively and creatively.